Hello, everybody. Welcome. I am going to be talking about, is your brain on fire and what might be at the root of mental health issues. So thank you guys for joining me. We are going to be talking mental health today. So mental health is definitely in the headlines these days. We are seeing a record number of people, including children, who are looking for help with their mental health imbalances, anxiety, depression, OCD, tics, mania, bipolar, and they are more prevalent than ever. And as a mother and a health practitioner, this topic is important to me. I think there is a lot to be learned when it comes to the underlying root causes of mental health issues. And in this day and age, translational medicine, it might take up to 30 years to see major changes in our approach to mental health. Current research has shown that chronic brain inflammation could be a contributing factor to mental health. In other words, is your brain on fire? Inflammation is a word that we see everywhere, and inflammation is actually an appropriate short-term response by the body that begins the healing process after an injury or infection. Think swollen, twisted ankle. Inflammation is not our enemy, and it is an important part of our immune system. And a targeted inflammation is actually a helper and part of our innate ability to heal. However, most of the inflammation I see in my office is not short-term or acute. It is chronic, low-grade, and goes unseen. You can see a twisted or sprained ankle, but in order to see an inflamed brain, it's going to take some serious testing. There are some major triggers for chronic inflammation. A poor diet with high levels of processed sugars, refined grains, commercially raised animals, pesticides, chemicals, preservatives, excitotoxins, and an all-around sad diet. That means standard American diet, and yes, it's also sad. Toxins in cleaning products and cosmetics, as well as environmental pollutants, contribute to inflammation as the body has to work to detoxify these things. If you're eating a sad diet and do not have enough quality nutrients, it makes it even harder to detoxify. Pathogens like bacteria, fungus, or viruses in your body can contribute to an inflammatory response. An overgrowth of candida is something I see quite often, and even though it's present in our bodies, an overgrowth of this fungus and its byproducts can play a huge role in our mood and our focus. And candida can affect dopamine, and it may also impair serotonin balance. The majority of serotonin is produced in your gut. This can lead to anxiety, interrupted sleep, low libido, trouble focusing, and when it comes to dopamine, we can see executive functioning issues, mania, anxiety, and even OCD. Things like oxalate-containing foods, almonds, chia seeds, beans, and spinach can have devastating effects on our mental health. And many health professionals, including myself, now believe that mood disorders are often symptoms of other imbalances in the body. The anxiety, brain fog, depression, OCD, and mania can be a result of the inflammation caused by pathogens, environment, toxins, and lack of essential nutrients as a result of that sad diet and lifestyle. Stress is a major inflammatory trigger and causes the release of inflammatory chemicals and hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. This inflammatory cascade upsets our endocrine system and can even change our brains. These hormones created in the body in response to chronic stress can impact learning, mood, and memory. Stress can also weaken the immune system, making our bodies more habitable to those pathogens. And pathogens can be a contributing factor to unbalanced mental health. For example, PANDAS, or pediatric autoimmune neuropsychiatric disorders, that can be characterized by things like tics and OCD, has actually been linked to the strep bacteria. And I know you're thinking, well, that's great, but what can I do to help my brain and improve my mental health? Diet is really important, and I believe nutrition is not one size fits all, and even certain healthy foods may not be right for everyone. For example, if you cannot tolerate gluten or dairy, they can be really big contributing factors to inflammation. I would start by removing oils like canola and vegetable oils. They are highly processed and toxic, and they build up in the body as toxins, damaging our mitochondria, and it limits our ability to make energy. And without energy, your brain cannot function properly. I would also recommend reducing carbs and sugar so that we don't see that increase in insulin levels and insulin resistance. Getting sleep is majorly important important. Getting proper sleep can really be important for our body's immune system. And moving your booty, studies also show that exercise is a great way of improving our inflammatory markers. But keep in mind that some exercise can actually be stressful on the body. Include some self-care, take a break, and take some time for yourself. We know that it can improve our immune function and promote a sense of well-being and mental health. Things like meditation and journaling and even relaxing in a nice warm tub can help improve that inflammation and immune function, and it really helps us to feel better as a whole. I'm really frustrated with the fact that many people, including children, are regularly being prescribed medications to help with mood, focus, or anxiety without ever looking under the hood. When we only use observational approaches to diagnosing mental health issues, we are missing a huge piece of the puzzle. There can be many underlying factors, including inflammation, that are contributing to mental health imbalances. Not only that, but some drugs may not benefit you based on your genetic predisposition. And believe it or not, we can test for that now. We continue to see the cycle of trial and error, try this drug or that drug, let's see if something fits. Most of these medications change your body's biochemistry, and you may end up needing more meds or other meds to help with the side effects. I think it's a responsible approach to test, not guess. We can look at gut health, food sensitivities, pharmacogenetics, nutrigenomics, organic acids, toxins, and so much more. Why are we taking a shot in the dark with medication when we can really get down to the root cause? If you're considering the medication route, I would suggest pharmacogenetic testing to see what meds are a good fit. And I highly recommend this type of testing if you or your child are considering mental health related prescriptions. Your brain is capable of making so many changes when you make the right changes to support it. Simple changes every day can impact your brain in a positive way. If you are ready to start making the right changes to help your brain, you can visit my website. I help families like mine get to the bottom of their endless list of symptoms like ADHD, ASD, OSD, tics, anxiety. You can find me at www.regenerating.health, and you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Regenerating Health, and you can also shoot me an email, piper@regeneratinghealth. I would love to connect with you and help you figure out how you can improve your brain health. I hope you guys found this super informational, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye, everybody.